Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, back again looking down at my very lovely city of Revergrad. I am happy with Revergrad. Both the city, I guess we don't really have a name for the Republic, do we? I guess, is it Revergrad too? I'm going to delete this. I thought I had deleted that before, but I guess I had done it in a previous life. I can't delete this one. I don't know why. I tried to delete it with the tool and it just came back, or it caused a crash, but I think you know about that from last episode. So anyway, the reason we're here today is not to look at the city of Revergrad, even though it's doing fairly well. I've been working a little bit, nothing too major. One of the things that I've done is realize that we had no power here, so I assigned a construction project to build a substation over here. I don't know if that's the best place. My lines are a bit of a mess, and at some point we probably will have an episode, I would think, about getting these lines to be a little bit neater and better organized. At this point, I just sort of grabbed a wire and strung it across there, adding to the spaghetti that is this area. But we've had enough shutdown in this area over these roads. So it took quite a while to get asphalt here. At one point, I didn't realize it, but I had run out of gravel here. So I took, you could say, like every available, I went around the map and looked for different dump trucks. I found like 5 of them. And then I realized I didn't have a dump truck that was driving gravel over to here. So we didn't have any gravel in that plant. Now, is the truck that's going back and forth, is he told to wait? No. You wait there, buddy. Yeah, that is the right one. Good. So he'll sit over there and wait with his gravel now. So anyway, we should be in decent shape. You can see the trucks are kind of backing up right now, which will need a fair amount of gravel for the construction of this. Now, the one thing, we have Kameen construction going over there, and this guy is still building on this. So we're going to be a little bit slow in getting this done because the only construction yard is all the way over there. But really, what it needs more than anything else is concrete and people. So, but it's going well. I mean, we're down quite a bit, from where we started, 4,000 work days. So I'm not complaining. Now, I also got our loop here sort of worked on. Not so much the loop. I have to figure out a way to get the cars or the train construction rail cranes back into this way. So I'll work on that at some point. But really, there's a lot of work to do on those tunnels. So hopefully we can get past here and not cause backups when we get into here. Now, I have a crossing situation so they can start using the one-ways at some point in the right direction. I had to change all these rails back to 2-ways so that they could come in on both. So anyway, but I do want to see if we can fit in ahead of this. I don't want to really stop what he's working on right this minute, but if I can, I can put a signal here. Can I get one there? Yeah, good. So that way, at least, I don't know how far into the tunnel they go when they work on them, but we'll find out. Hopefully we can, hopefully they'll go in there and then the 2 of them can work on it at the same time. Otherwise, we may have to think about a crossing in a different location. So right now, if another train pulls up, he's going to stop right here because this signal's red. So hopefully they can get past that and both work. Anyway, and then see, this is the problem that we have. And this isn't like the end of the world in some ways, except it bunches all these buses up. And then they all end up like, this one won't have any workers on it because they're all one after the other. So anyway, I don't know how to stop that at this moment, but we're just going to keep plowing away with that construction and do the best we can. But in the meantime, at least we're back up and running, it seems. So now to jump over to here, I have the Lumbriska construction office working on this tunnel, and it's more a matter of manpower. It's kind of going pretty slowly, and I have assigned some construction here, so these guys should be working on that. I do want to check what this construction office is doing. Yeah, so this is, I want to get them assigned to, let's see, we got all of that done. Oh, okay, never mind. We got all of that done. So we have two trains that should be going in and out there, but we could do the same thing here. Like when they get past this point, and I may add more signals or take them away, but at least when they get past here, I want them to both be able to go into each tunnel. This one, I have no doubt they'll be able to work on both tunnels once they get past this signal. And we'll put some more signaling in here when it's necessary. Now, do we have a jam up? No, here he comes, the other guy. So we'll probably end up adding another construction crane. I have 3 of them in here. We'll add another one when it comes to building this. But what I would like to do now is pause the game and come into here and purchase a bulldozer and an excavator. But let's see, since we have so many dollars, how many can we buy? A small feeder. Oh, look, this guy acts as both. We would call that in America as a bobcat. I think they call, otherwise I think they call them skid steer loaders is the proper name. Bobcat was probably, I don't know if they were the company that designed them, but Bobcat was the first company to really be popular in America with the skid steer loader. So anyway, whatever. But I think we would rather go with the big bulldozer, because why not? I think that's the biggest one. And again, because we can buy it with dollars, let's just check it real quick. Yeah, that's certainly a lot more expensive than this one. I'm not sure if there's a huge benefit to us, but let's also go with an excavator, which we didn't have a NATO American dollars option for. Now, I paused the game as much as anything so that these guys don't go and get fuel. There's no fuel anywhere near here. And what I would like to do is, if you remember from the last conversation or the last episodes, I want to get a construction office into here, and I want to get Electrical City down to there. But so I'd like to get a railroad and or road right through here, right? Heading over towards Revergrad to get started. If we need to change it down the road, we can. So let's turn on our tool. Now, I don't want this road and the railroad too close together, because if they get too close together, then we're going to have issues with, with them, like whenever you want to take a junction off of this, you're going to be too close to the road. Like I noticed in some places, like if we wanted to take a junction off here, because these are different levels, it would really be hard to get that done. Where when there's a little bit more spread apart, it's a little bit easier to get junctions in there. Plus, the same thing with the roads. Even building the roads becomes an issue. So let's see about taking our railroad up the hill here a bit, now that we can. So which way do we want to head? We want to head sort of away from the peak of that mountain, but I don't think it matters too much. Leveling's not that hard. So why are you red or yellow? Okay, so let's see if we can't. There we go. Is that okay? That's green. Yeah, so it's getting it past this point seems to be the problem. So let's see. Now that we're on here, okay, let's do this. I'm just going to go from like here to here. Just make it look a little bit nicer. There we go. That's very nice. And then we'll do this one. And I hope that's the right direction. No, don't do that. Yeah, nice. All right, so let's see. Can we go from there? Yeah, take that down a bit. All right, so let's turn that red. just take that down a bit so it looks like we're not driving through a cliff. There we go. All right, so now I just want to take it up to about here, I think. Let's bring those right. Oh, I can't. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now what I'd like to do is come from about here. Not too big. And I don't want to get too close because I don't want the road to be too close here, but can I go? Okay. Let's go from here. Yeah, let's take some of that down and away. Now I'd like the... Really, I'm not too worried about the railroads at this point, other than I want to see how they work out with the roads. But really, all I want to do is get like another. That slowed down because we're into the rock. What I'd really like to do is get another construction office as far as we can. Like I don't want to, just like we're doing here, which I guess is, I don't want to call it cheaty, but it's certainly too big. Oh, okay, stop. Then go from here. Okay, you're not liking that, are you? Can I go? Okay, it's a pretty big drop off on the other side. Yeah, see if I can get that down a bit. There you go. That's pretty good. All right, so now can I come from like here to there? No. How about from like here? No. Yeah, once you get it started, you can usually take it down pretty good. All right, so now let's turn that. There we go. Didn't necessarily want to go up like that, but that's okay. Now, how does it look? Yeah, see, I kind of want to come down. Too big. There we go. So we'll start coming down that hill. Let's see how far we can actually level things, right? Just get it pushed. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's your answer, right? How about there? Oh, so that's it. That's okay. All right. We'll just call that. Maybe we'll build a construction office right here. I don't want to get into this hill anymore, so I think I'll keep pushing this idea further this way if I can. Can I? No. About like, yeah, just want to go wider now so that we can, again, keep the road a little bit far away from the, we'll keep the road a little bit far away from, oh, what happened there? From the railroad track. Just not that we're ever going to put a junction off here, but there you go. So that's, yeah, then we'll just, when we come back the other, this should be far enough away, especially for this stretch where we're never going to build anything up on that mountain that I can think of. So I don't think that mountain has any particularly good resources or anything like that. There you go. So that's plenty wide, plenty nice. Let's just go from like here to there. And I don't even know if I'll, but this will give the railroad guys something a little bit extra to do, right? That's kind of building way up more than I wanted. There you go. Nice. Good. So let's go from like here. Yeah, that's the limit right there. All right, so let's take the old-fashioned leveling tool, which does, I think, a better job of smoothing, right? Like it's, because it's just trying to take everything to one level, it just does better with getting things like smooth, where the other one does things, makes things level better. Like But when you're like on the side of the hill here and you kind of want to smooth all this out, like, because it's just sort of taking the average, it doesn't try so hard to make things level. So let's just get that to be, there we go. And then we can redo this. Nice. So we'll turn that yellow again so it doesn't build. And then I'll try to stay over this way a bit. Well, let's try to stay straight. We can cut that road in, right? Straight-ish. There we go. Thought I had it. There you go. All right, so now the road, like I said, we want to keep the road off, but I don't mind if it gets a little bit closer here, but we can take off a little more of that hill. Here, let's do this. We'll finish. There we go. Like I said, this will give them something to work on, the rail construction guys, besides that. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's commit to that railroad track. It looks decent, right? Yeah, decent enough. Good. So we committed to that, and then let's build a road. Again, like I said, we'll keep this away a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna bulldoze this so that we have one big construction project as far as we can. Back to there. Thinking like this far away is probably pretty good. Let's go from here to like say here. And then from here to here, does that take it down? Takes it up. Okay, well it's a little bit not what I wanted, but it's okay. We'll stay away in case we... Right. See, if we ever needed a T, chances are... Yeah, like, see, we might tee off, like, right here. And I like to go over there, even if it's just for temporary construction purposes. Part of what I'm thinking of is, by the time we get done, we may end up with, like, a big loop of trains around this whole area. You know, or we could have a high-speed loop, I guess you could call it. All right, so let's see. Can we? Oh, good. Yeah, look at that. That'll be nice. But again, we can always take out roads, and we could always do what we need to do. All right, I think that's... Let's take a look at what we're doing here. Yeah, let's go from like here to here. Will that raise that up? No. Give it a little old-fashioned leveling again. Just so it's a little bit smoother looking. Nice. All right, here we go. So we're going to cut that close-ish to the hill. Sort of, well, let's keep it kind of parallel with the tracks, that distance away. Yeah, if we're going to keep it that distance away, then I'm going to build this and cut away even more of this. And once we get up to the top of the hill, I won't worry about it being quite so far, but I have a feeling that I'll... Okay, good enough. So right about where that... And then what we can do is kind of come like that. How's that look? Yeah, it's a little close for comfort, but... And then what we'll do, let's see, how exactly far, stop, can I do this? Yes, let's go as far as I can, ish. This one I bet you won't work. Oh no, it did, good. Okay, we'll do that. All right, so let me get rid of all that. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's build a construction office. Like up here. Where, you know, doesn't have to, we don't need every square inch, but I'll just push it back a little bit. Right, and then we can take our road. And I'll start taking our road over this way a bit so it stays away from the, yeah, that's about, well, we don't need it to even go that far because we'll do this. And then we'll delete that for now, right? There we go. So when we start playing, these guys will drive all the way down and get fuel. And I think I'm just going to keep doing the construction. All right, let's play, and we can turn off our wireframe. Yep, these guys are working. Do we put... No, we just have Lumbriska there. What were... Oh, these guys were still working on this road, right? And what were you working on? You're working on nothing, but you don't have pavers. And the other one does. So I'd rather you keep working on this in the kindergarten. And then we don't even have all the equipment in here. What would we do? We don't have an open haul. I think I stole that open haul in another episode, didn't I? So let's get you another. Why is this one so much more expensive? You hold the most wood. I don't know. We're going to buy one of those. So there they have two. That won't hurt. Two constructions. Now, one of the things I may do as time goes on is like really specialize these guys in what they need, though I'm not sure if that won't cause other problems. Like, in other words, if they need like a ton of concrete, right, we need to make sure that they have enough concrete that they keep working. Now, they seem to need more workers, which makes sense because the buses are starting from so far away. So, and these guys... Yeah, well, you know what? They're working on that road. I don't think there's any reason. Oh, we need to commit to the roads, don't we? So let's roads. Boom. Good. All right. So now, did I close my construction office? That wasn't very smart. So let's apply these guys to the road. Now, one thing I would like to point out that I think I noticed here when I was paving one of these roads. This asphalt paver ran out of fuel, so I had to send him to the depot, not even get him there, just like get him out of the yard and then send him back in. And then he got some fuel, and then he would go to the construction site. So in any event, they were not going to the construction site very well. Where are you going? Oh, you're a dumper. All right, so see, why won't they take this guy right away? Or are they taking, yeah, I guess they need to get their materials before they even bring the, like normally wouldn't the excavator head like right there because they're assigned to this project? No mechanism, like you would think they'd bring the mechanism, or are they just waiting for other things? No, it seems like they now wait for mechanism or employees, which is fine, I guess. I'm not sure how much difference it makes. Like I said, it's nice that you can assign multiple things. So once they're done this, we'll assign this guy to that construction. And let's go check on other things. Let's see. How are we doing with our chemicals? Oh, look, we got 3. Now, where are you going with them? What are you... Chemsol? Oh, okay, you're dropping off. Gotcha. Really not dropping off anything. Really, well, I do want them to drive by there just in case, because we will start using mechanisms at some point. Otherwise, we're really just exporting, I think, the vast majority of the mechanisms, mechanical mechanisms that we make. And how is Lumbriska doing? I see we still have a wood train here. And it's fairly full of wood. At some point, it's going to fill this thing up, right? Yes, next trip. So I would expect our wood to start getting backed up completely. Now we have a gravel train sitting here, just a little tiny one, but I don't think we really, at this point, even need trains to supply this thing. But we are making chemicals, and we do have more people, so we did get this built. And, you know, so that should be helping. And then if we get another one of them built, that'll be a fair number of people up here for the chemical factories don't take a ton of people. But that'll also help with our constructions. As a matter of fact, we probably even want to switch these guys, don't we? Oh, look, they made it so that shrinks up. Ah, very nice. So they're working on it. Somebody's obviously working on these menus, which is wonderful. Thank you, developers, if you're watching my videos. Ooh, not add a construction. Specify a new. There we go. So we'll specify him to go there, but then we'll keep these two going to here because they're closer to it. Well, Lumbriska should be going to Lumbriska, right? Yeah. So that's good. So when it comes to building like this tunnel, and if I ever assign all three of them to build the tunnel or whatever, they won't be stealing each other's workers, if that makes sense. Now we do have a bus going up there, right? Now the other question is, I forget, did we put a bus on here? No. All right, so do we even have power yet? Soon. Yeah, very soon. Because that substation's done. That's why, well, I might have waited for you guys anyway. There we go. So now we should have power. Production stop, no workers. We can fix that. Do we have any buses? No. All right, so let's go to this depot. How many workers do we want? Oh, that's the oil. 100 max. I have a feeling we still only have 62 chemicals here. So I think just, I don't know, whatever regular little bus we can buy will probably be fine to get started. At some point we should probably go through our industries and see, can we get any? No buses from the NATO anymore. I noticed a pop-up that said you can't buy that German bus. You know, I think I'm just going to go with our standard red bus because it's fast, and getting people out there quickly to me is like sort of the biggest thing in some ways, right? Here, let's hit bus. What do we have on this page? Yeah, these are all the little ones. Okay, yeah, let's just go with the standard red bus, 45 people. And I don't know the best place to get people from. Do we have... How many do we have at each stop? I know it's sort of hit or miss whether you... So let's go to the small bus platform. This one with this guy. Since it has the most people at that moment. And then take people into there. There we go. So, oops, I didn't hit start, did I? All right, so at least we start making a little bit of plastic. I don't think we really have much to do with the plastic anyway, right? Can we come over here? I know I was asking that question. So who uses plastic? That's making plastic. So the electronic components and assemblers. I don't think anybody else uses plastic, do they? I don't know what else. Maybe... Yeah, I mean, none of these guys do. Steel mill, no. So I think it's just, you know, we don't even really need the plastic at this point, but I guess we'll be making it. We got a whole warehouse. Oh, that's another thing we can do. Oh, we already did it? Or no? All right, let's put all this all the way up. How about over here? It is already. Why didn't I switch that one to be all the way up? Oh, we do have 9 point. Oh, okay, so we do have some chemicals. Okay, sorry. Why wouldn't it? See, I think it's doing some like percentage thing. Filled 6% or 7%. And then I bet you this is like, well, yeah, see, this is probably like 6% or something, you know? I wish it would just I don't know, you to fill up this to whatever limit, 9 tons. Like, I'm not quite sure why they balance it. It does. I mean, I'm sure it makes sense to whoever programmed it. Oh, look at that. We're probably done. Need to reassign some more stuff over here. Probably. All right, so we're going to assign this one and that one. Now, what is unfinished railroad 3? Is that the tunnel? Oh, yeah, look, we started, we're at the tunnel. So, but I do want to cancel that for now, because I don't really, I mean, I want them working on it, but yeah. I'd like to get this front part completely done first. Okay, so hopefully that'll get done, and then how are we doing on this one? Well, we're probably got a traffic jam. No, amazingly not. We have so few trains running on this. I know there's been quite a few good comments on how to improve things. One thing that I haven't thought about much is like overpasses for the roads. I mean, there's certainly some locations, you know, that you could argue could use an overpass. Like here would probably be a great place for an overpass. But let's see how it goes first, right? Because we just have so few trains. Now, look, now we're actually looking pretty busy at this moment, huh? It is nice, though. You know, it's one of my first times experience. Like, rather than having 20 things, the gravel becomes much more dependable when you have a train just dumping all the gravel you need. So, all right, let's see. Are we working on this? Yep. It'll take 245 gravel. So see what I mean? Like when you start using that much gravel and whatnot. Now, let's make sure these guys are kind of, are they ramped up for hauling? Well, we have cement. They're not going to need a cement mixer. They're not going to need covered, but I'll leave like one of each of those. So let's take one of the the open hauls are kind of nice. Paver, excavator, roller. They're not going to need a crane. So let's take the crane out of here and put them in there. And they're not going to need a concrete mixer. Let's take him and put him out of there. And we've got 2 dumpers. But I want to get another dumper and another bus. All right, so let's get them. Is there anything here? Yeah, we don't want. I don't even know if we really need that bulldozer, but like, do we need a bulldozer and an excavator? Let's just. Oh, he is doing something, isn't he? What does he do? Oh, yeah, you are working, so we're not going to take you away. I don't know if is this bulldozer faster? I don't know. Whatever. We'll get a bus and a dumper, and I'm just going to get the regular bus we just decided on. And a dumper. I like the big red dumper here. Let's make sure there's. No, those are littler. Yeah, so we can only get this guy up till 2006. Well, that's just quite a ways. All right, there we go. So that's not going to hurt getting an extra dumper and an extra bus on that project. And then this guy. Yes, they're done that road. So this guy, let's actually work on the kindergarten first. Just because. Now, what do you have? So, what did I put over here? You already have 2 concrete mixers, crane, bus, covered haul, 2 open hauls, 2 dumpers. You're in pretty good shape. So this would be like, to me, your standard average construction crew. He doesn't have a bulldozer and the paver and stuff, but if you're just doing houses, you don't need that. You know, is there anything in particular? I mean, certainly on these 2 buildings, you probably want, if anything, another open haul. But I think we're fine for now. Because if anything, we'll gear. That's fine. I just think we're fine. So how are we doing? Are we still building and not getting in each other's way? And how about Limbriska? So Lambriska really could use... Well, we got most of the concrete on the site already. Really buses, huh? We're going to need more gravel in the next phase. I'm not sure what that next phase... Tunneling is this phase, so we need a lot of concrete and steel. The next is going to be paving. So we're probably going to need a paver up there, I would assume. Let's make sure... Yeah, we're going to need dumpers and a paver. The open hauls are nice to have. But we probably want to think about at some point here, let's see. I'll probably leave this open. And when they get to the point, we'll leave this open. A lot of times when I sit here off camera, I just leave these menus open and just, when we get done delivering all this concrete, we can get rid of those mixers. And I think we put, this was their paver and roller. So we can get the paver and roller brought back up here as soon as that concrete's all delivered. And that should make that go faster, having that equipment on there. And how are we doing down on this whole area? Oop, further down. Now, what are you working on? Nothing. So, is there anything over here to work on? I don't think so. Well, we could work on this house. Let's get the house done just so that we can say all of the planned construction down here more or less is done. And that way, once we flip you guys over to working on the tunnel, you can stay working on the tunnel. Now, how are we doing here? Now, do we have any... Yeah, we got a paver in there. And so you're only being worked on by these guys. And these guys have... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna move... Here, we're getting too much stuff open here, aren't we? So we're going to move from the construction office here, the roller, and the paver. And I don't think we have any concrete trucks sitting around, do we? Not there. We only have a few depots, really. No, nobody over there. And the only other depot would be here. Oh, yeah, we do. But well, we can use that guy up at this other one, right? So let's just go buy. Where am I at? There we go. Let's just go buy these guys 2 more cement mixers. Because again, we got money. We can't buy an American one now. All right, so we'll buy a concrete mixer. Yeah, these new ones are bigger anyway. There we go. So that should up the amount of concrete. Now the other thing is, well, we probably, I don't know. Should we change where this guy is getting his stuff from? Problem with the concrete plant, oh, he is going to the oil trawl. So how is oil call? The problem with oil trawl is, yeah, we're keeping up with gravel. We got 5 trucks, so it should be okay. And then are we doing okay here? Yeah. Oh, cannot store or export. Oh, that's normal. Okay, good. So we seem to be in pretty good shape with keeping people supplied. Like I said, at one point I ran out of gravel because I had no trucks assigned to it. But and the other thing I did was, yeah, there we go. We were full of bitumen again. So I put, even though I used a few of them for other, excuse me, for other tasks, I did put all of those bitumen trucks back to work. So good. So now let's head back up to here. Oh, geez. And I think with only 33 tons of concrete left to go, I think we can take care of this problem here. Not that it's a problem, but start looking at which one of these trucks is done. So they're probably all still working, and they're probably all full of concrete, right? Well, that one is. That one's just getting full. Where are you at in your little trip? Yeah, you know what? We can send you back to the depot. Good. All right, so he can go back to the depot, which means let's get the paver. Where are we at? Zoom back out. Let's get the paver on his way back up here. And then once one of these other ones drops off, probably even once this, oh look, he just got, yeah, let's see where he's at. Yep, he just dropped off, so I want you to go, where are you at? There we go. Go you to go back to the depot, and then we can get this roller, close that. Send him back to here. Good, so I'm assuming, maybe that's not a good thing to do sometimes in life. I mean, it certainly seems like, I don't know if we have to do the gravel roads first, but that's fine. We should have, how are we doing with dumpers? Yeah, we got 3 dumpers. We've got just the 1 mixer for now, but I don't know what else we'd put on here besides maybe another bus. I mean, we could certainly take off, and the reason I say the bus, just because of the sheer number of hours, like, but I don't necessarily want to steal every single person from Lambriska either, right? I think I'd rather, okay, so we're done with all these. I think I'd rather take people and assign, like, you know, one of these, you know, like just assign this construction to there, where we're starting to take a few more people from farm, well, actually, I guess from Chemsol. But we'll see. We might switch Chemsol out to be the better one to build these roads here, because this will be a fairly long project to get this built. And then once we get this built, we'll be able to, I think, get all the way down to here, and then that's when we'll really build a proper and true construction office and rail yard and all that stuff. You know, this is just sort of, I guess you could say, taking advantage of the game mechanics and or dealing with the game mechanics where they won't let you build further and further, or they won't let you level further and further and further. So I think this is fine. But anyway, it is what it is. So we will get that built up and over the hill here. And yeah. So what else is there? How is our plastics doing? Over this way a little bit. Our plastics is, we have some plastics. And what do we have in here? Oh yeah, look at that, 16 tons of plastics. So that's very good. So at some point, as we're building all this other stuff, and I'd like to kind of get pushed up over the hill there, and you know, because I think definitely would like to, there was some comments about the diesel fuel. I'd really like to get us building electric tracks, but we really need to get, you know, the electronic components, because they're so expensive. To try to build these tracks without them will just wipe out all your money in days or months, and you just have nothing left. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it an episode here. You know, I don't know what else we would do besides just watch this road being built, and maybe, oh, you know what? We could do this. We can watch the railroad being built, right? What are we going to prioritize here? Oh, yeah, look, he's on to... Okay, well, now that he's into there, and I don't know where he's at exactly, no workers or mechanism. Where are you at in your little... Okay, you're going back out there. So here, let's go ahead and buy another railroad crane. See, as soon as I say something, yeah, we can't buy one there. Yeah, so this, I bought this one at one point, and you would think he might be better than this one, but he's so slow. 20 kilometers. I mean, 20 kilometers, you can run faster than that, you know? Like, I mean, that thing just like crawls out there. So, I mean, I don't know what the whole deal with that thing is, but whatever. We're just going to buy one of these and hope that we get another model that's more powerful in the future, right? At least, again, I don't think we're in a hurry to get these built, but at least we can assign them There and there. And then we can also assign this one. So we should be able to have, now that this guy's working on the tunnel, we should also be able to get, these guys up into here. And you know what I'm going to do just to mess things up real quick? Well, no, it doesn't matter. I don't necessarily need a signal here just yet, though we could put one here. We'll see. All right, so there you go. And we could work on these two as well and then start exporting some of the corn, huh? Well, let's get through this intersection first, and then we can decide. Then the other thing that will happen probably in between the episodes, we'll see how it goes, is it's not going to take overly long to complete those railroad tracks. I think it'll take longer to build the road, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. So we got 4 trains there. We're kind of maxing out, I think, what we can do as far as the rail construction. Oh, look at this. We got this guy. Now they both... Okay, so we got this one little bit of road, railroad right there. So let's come back here, make sure... Nope, he's only assigned to 1. So unfinished railroad 5. Okay, that one, yeah. So is this 5 here? That's 3. Well, where's 5? I love the fact that you can click on those things now. I don't know where 5 is, but... Oh, you know what? It must be this one. Yeah, see, that's 99.78% done. All right, so we'll just leave that on there, and hopefully they're... look at this. Okay, well, let's get rid of... Oop, I got rid of both of them. All right, so let's reassign that one again. And they'll jam each other up for a minute, but that'll be the end of the jam up there. And then how are we doing here? Not overly impressive, but we're also working on other things. So if I can get more manpower just focused on these tunnels, I think they'll go fairly well. I think the rail tunnels will just take a while, but I'm okay with that because it's going to take like a really long time just to push into here with these constructions. And as long as we make good, steady progress and nothing stupid happens, like, is this guy... Here's the question. Does he keep going into there? Or does he just sit here and build it where it's going to be a problem on that other side? Because I'm better off without those crisscrosses right in front of this thing if they don't go in there to build it, We'll see. All right, guys. Like I said, I think I'm going to call it an episode. It's kind of long enough, and we will come back tomorrow, and we will see what we can get into next. Probably nothing too exciting. Just, I think I'm going to wait for the next episode. I'm just going to build these roads out. That'll be my goal before the next episode. And if anything exciting happens with anything else besides a little straightening out here and there, I will put, kind of maximize our construction on the tunnels within the bounds of making common sense for all the other things going on. So if anything exciting happens, I will come back. I know we could start working on this at some point too. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.